The Bible says, Psalm 90 verse 14, oh, satisfy us early with thy mercy, that we may rejoice and be glad all our days. Oh, satisfy us early with thy mercy. The will of God is that where you are going to, you can arrive there when you are 70. You can arrive there when you are 80, and you can arrive when you are 30. Come on now together. The guy that built Dell Corporation, that is Dell, the owner of Dell Computer, he retired as 45 or 40. Yes. I've read a lot of millionaires retiring as 40. When he built it to a fortune and then retired. You can arrive on time and then begin to impact people. You know, one day the Lord told me when I was much younger, he said, Jotham, when you see an old man in church struggling with usher, he to his cleaning chair, or struggling, he got saved late. Because, see, okay, how many of you have seen secondary school students pray? You know, there's a way secondary school students pray. They will pray with energy. As if the whole, some of them will close their ears, some of them will hold their stomach, some of them will bend, all manner. But see, when you see them, and then you too, you remember you did the same thing in campus, you are not intimidated. You just look at them and smile and say, I remember. I remember. But if you are an orango in a campus, when you say, I wish. So you will join them doing gra. But by now you have matured in prayer. That is not by closing your ear. Or holding your stomach. Now you should have matured. You celebrate what they are doing at their level. So 75 years usher is good, but you should be able to be a supervisor in the ushering department. Encouraging the young people to work. So the early you move, the better. So to arrive on time, and we must arrive. See, success is not success, or is not sweet until it is on time. What is the use of having a Rolls Royce when you are 75? Your back cannot sit down in the car comfortably. What is the use of having your first 1 billion when you are 80? At that moment, there is a kind of bed you lie down. Stiff bed. Because of your back. You cannot even enjoy water bath or jacuzzi. You cannot fly and come back up and down. You cannot fly. Because you are already old with the money. And by that time, they will say, don't eat red meat. Only eat egg and fish. Meanwhile, while you are young, all your life, you were busy with crayfish. Like, didn't eat anything useful. So God need to satisfy us early. Come on, now we're together. To arrive on time, to be established on time. You should be able to give your first car very soon. You should be able to give out your first house. Arriving on time means you need speed. Because if all of us live to arrive Lagos, and our destination is Lagos, and somebody live by house, by road, by car, by bike, by plane, all of them are arriving at different time. But the one on plane will arrive faster than the rest of them. So we need speed to arrive on time. And finally, number 5 is because of the vastness of our assignment, but limited time. In Psalms 90 verse 12, the Bible says the days of men are 70. Or James chapter 4 verse 14, he said our life is like a vapor. See, in this part of the world, if you are 70, you are almost a vegetable. Like most times, people are weak by the age of 70. That is why when we see somebody that is 80, we celebrate them. And then there are people that are still, I've seen people that are still 90 and then they are still strong. Hallelujah. But that is 1 out of 15 or 1 out of 20. Many people that are 80 are already being suspected of witchcraft. See? It's poverty at old age that made you to be suspected as a witchcraft. Yeah. If you are a millionaire by 80, nobody will suspect you as witchcraft. Nobody. It's when you are 80 and you are broke. It's true. It's when you are 80 and you are poor. People begin the way, like all of us are succeeding. Don't you think? Is this person? But when you are 80 and you are rich, nobody suspects you. Nobody. Because you don't even need their money. So our assignment are big. There are many of us, look at God's servant, Dr. Paul Eneche, who is a singer, he's a preacher, he's an evangelist, going to nations. He's still doing mediators, he's building church. I recently heard a video. He was saying that a particular university, the vice chancellor, the registrar, the bursar, and all the principal staffs of the university came to him and said, come and be our chancellor. So he said he will look at it and give them feedback. There are many things on his table in one lifetime. Many of us, what God has put in you are 12 or 13, plenty. And God expects you to achieve it in the next 30 years of your life. Or in the next 40 years. To be able to really succeed in this vast assignment, you need speed in every area. So that you cover up here, you cover up here. You need speed. If not, we'll not be able to do too much. We'll focus on one area of our life and then that is all. Look at for somebody like Bishop T.D. Jakes, a movie producer, a singer, a preacher par excellence. When you hear him preach, you want a baby. It's like, where is this man getting this thing from? Like, he's gifted to preach. Everything in one. And then to be able to really succeed in all these things, we need speed.